Hi, I'm Evan with Right Rope. Today we are going to be learning how to put an eye splice on the end of an 8-strand rope. So to start the splice, orient your rope so that you're looking down the rope, and we're going to determine our left and our right strands. For the purposes of this splice, your left strands are going to be on the left side, rotating to the right, which are blue in this case, and your right strands are on the right side, rotating to the left, which are orange in this case. If your rope is oriented like this, where your lefts are rotating to the left and your rights are rotating to the right, you need to turn it 90 degrees. Scientifically, lefts are on the left, rotating to the left, and rights are on the right, rotating to the right. But for the purposes of splicing 8-strand, you do it like this, where lefts are on the left, going to the right, the blue ones, and rights are on the right, going to the left, the orange ones. The orientation of the rope is highly critical to do this splice. You'll also know that you have it oriented correctly if when you rotate the rope back on itself, your lefts are perpendicular to the direction that you'll start splicing. So this is correct. This would not be correct because your lefts aren't perpendicular to this rope. If you don't have a colorful rope like this, go ahead and just mark your left strands with a Sharpie. Count back 6 left pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put a piece of tape on the rope right there. Now I have this end hot cut. We're going to unravel all the way back to this mark. Once you have your strands unraveled all the way back to that 6 pick mark, keep your rope oriented so that your lefts are closest to you and your rights are far away from you. Form the desired size of your eye, and then to start the first set of tucks, we're going to go under the set of left pairs that is farthest from where you want to start. So that would be this pair. And we're going to take your lefts, which are blue, and go under the lefts, which are blue. Next, we're going to take the orange rights that are on top and go under the next pair of orange rights that are right here. So this pair. You can break these strands apart and make them so that they lay nicely. Once you have that, flip the rope over, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this orange pair of right strands is going to go under the first pair of orange right strands right here. Make sure they're not twisted at this point. Next, take your last pair of left blue strands, or whichever ones have the Sharpie mark that you marked, and go under the pair of left strands that is 1 pick further down the rope. Once you have all 4 sets of strands in, go ahead and take this tape off that you initially marked. Now we're going to pull on each set of strands to sync them up nice and close to the splice. Getting the rope oriented correctly and the first set of tucks correct is by far the most difficult part of this splice. After that, it's not too difficult. Now the splice gets a little different because instead of tucking 2 strands at the same time, we're going to split them up and do 1 at a time. So this pair of lefts is going to work down the rope and only stay on the left side, and this pair of rights is going to work down the rope and only stay on the right side. So whichever one is naturally on the inside of the rope, which is this one in this case, is going to be your inboard strand, and then the outside one is going to be your outboard strand. For the next 3 steps, inboard strands are only going to go under inboard strands, which is this one, and outboard strands, because it's on the outside, is only going to go under outboard strands, which is this one. Same is true on the right side. So to start with, get under your inboard strand, and then take your inboard strand and put it under that, and then get under your outboard strand and tuck it under there. Pull your outboard strand tight first, and then pull your inboard strand tight. Now we're going to do the same thing for the right side. So get under your inboard strand on the right side. Take your inboard strand that you're going to tuck, put it under that guy. Then get under your outboard strand on the right side. Put your outboard strand under there. Pull your outboard strand tight first, and then pull your inboard strand tight. We're going to do that same process 3 times on each side of the rope. So flip your rope over, get under an inboard strand, determine which one is naturally on the inside, and then get under your outboard strand, making sure that your rights are going under rights. Pull your outboard strand tight, and then pull your inboard strand tight. Then we'll do the lefts on this side, getting under our inboard strand first, taking our inboard strand here, tucking it under there, and then getting under our outboard strand, pulling the outboard tight first, and then the inboard tight. Now we'll do that 2 more times on each side of the rope. Pull each strand snug each time you make a tuck so that the rope lays nicely. Now we are going to complete 2 more sets of tucks with only the inboard strands to taper the splice. Now we'll do the taper with only the inboard strands. Pull each strand snug once you have all of those tucks completed. The final step is to cut each strand off close to the rope so that the splice is complete. I'm going to use a hot cutter, but you can just use a hot knife and that will do the job just fine. This is the finished eye splice. Thank you for joining me today. We trust this has been a helpful tutorial. We do actively monitor our comment section, so drop any comments below that you may have and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Lastly, if you need any rope, shop rightrope.com for the right rope at the right price.